All righty. What's going on? What's happening? So this your girl Tiffany here, live in effect. Yeah, so I came from being out and about. And if you guys was tuning in last night, I was on Unbiased Sports Podcast. So it's this guy, he considered himself to be an FBA, whatever. And dude felt some kind of way because I said the FBA is a cult. He felt some kind of way about that. And I make no apology for what I said. And I stand on my position on how I feel. All right. So the reason why I said the FBA is a cult for multiple reasons. There's a lot of set tripping. And for those of you that don't know what set tripping is, that's like game banging. Okay. When I listen to this guy run his mouth on that platform, all I heard was a bunch of set tripping, and he had this game banging like mentality. He need to change that name from unbiased to biased because you're contradicting yourself. You're not unbiased. You're very biased. You're a very biased individual. You kept coming hard on the Jamaican people. What is your fascination behind Jamaican people? What's the issue? Then you make a 4-hour video about me, about what I said. You made a 4-hour video. So that goes to show that you was hurt about every single thing that I said. Because you spent 4 or 5 hours on me discussing what I said. You spent 4 hours, 5 hours about me. Now, I don't mind having no civilized conversation, but come with some logic. Bro, you don't come with no logic. You was all over the damn place, and I started to get frustrated with you, and I started to grow impatient. And then you say that you are very calm and you're collected. You're not. Because I heard you kept interrupting individuals who disagree with your argument. How you gonna ask me a question, and then when I give you my answer, you're attacking me? How you gonna ask me a question and then you gonna come with an attack? So just today, I was on there with him. I was probably on there almost a good hour with him. I was out and about. I was going to the gym, and then I did a little grocery shopping. So I'm on there and we having a dialogue. I let him talk his little shit. Yes, I was in the chat because I still saw my name up there, and I still seen that you was doing a video about me. I said, okay, let me say something. All this about me being masculine and talking like I'm a dude or whatever. I don't care about that shit because I know who I am. I'm very confident in myself as a woman. So that's your insecurity that you gotta deal with, honey. That ain't got shit to do with me. I'm not gonna kiss your ass to make you feel good about yourself. I'm not gonna do it. You're not well studious like you claim. You're not well intelligent like you claim. Because you wouldn't say the most outlandish shit ever. It sounded like to me you was listening to Tyreek's talking point. Then he went on brag about how he was in the Nation of Islam. He was a 5%. Okay, cool. Guess what? I done had my back and forth with the 5% and those in the Nation of Islam. One thing you gonna learn about me, I'm not just gonna jump on no bandwagon. I'm not gonna agree with everything that you say. See, what you was trying to do, you was trying to be slick. You was trying to use some form of coercion to get me to agree with what you wanted me to agree with what you were saying. You wanted me to say something to make you feel good, to feel validated, and that was not going to happen. And since you didn't like that, you had a problem with that. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to say what you wanted me to say just to make you feel good about yourself as a man or as an individual. I'm not going to do it. Now, you just met me yesterday. You came over to my channel and asked me to come on your channel. And I agreed. I said, no problem. Because I hadn't seen your channel in the past. Because you done had the Amara Squad. You had everybody else on there. Team Osiris. Okay, so I'm familiar with your channel. So I said, okay, no problem. I wouldn't mind being on his brother's channel. But after last night, I'm going to be honest, I had a headache. Listen to your ass talking. And that's why I went off the way I did, because I'm like, what the fuck is this man talking about? You was all over the damn place. And you kept going back about Jamaicans, the Caribbean, Jamaican people. I'm like, what is his fascination behind the Jamaicans? So earlier you asked me a question, right, about a woman whose mother was from Jamaica. And she made a statement about black people in America, saying that black people were... Sure. Okay. I'm gonna make sure y'all hear me on the microphone. Okay. So you asked me a question about the Jamaican woman and her mother. What her mother said about black people in America. You asked me a question about that. And instead of you just saying, okay, I respect your answer, you try to flip my answer and make it into what you wanted to make it. Like I'm the bad guy, like I'm a villain. See, you wasn't going to play that game with me. You didn't think I could peep that, huh? You think I can't read in between the lines. It didn't take that long for me to figure out what you was up to. And you proving my point. So going back to the Jamaican woman, she said that black people in America, right, are like the worst representation of whatnot. And they bring about worse representation everywhere they go. So I said I don't 100% agree with that. Okay, I don't agree with everything that was said. Now, however, there is some things I can agree with, because if we look at the house Negroes and we see how they act, they bring about bad representation on black people. And what I said was, this woman operated from a state of white supremacy mindset. And that is, okay, because if you don't know about Jamaica history or the Caribbean history, they too dealt with slavery. As I mentioned, it was all connected. So the Europeans went over there and took over those lands and colonized those lands. They modeled after a certain European ideology. Like the Haitian take on the French culture, right? The Jamaican have taken on the British culture and the Irish culture as well, along with African ideology, okay? So they too have been brainwashed. See, let me show you how oppression works. When you have been oppressed, it's not just a physical thing. It's also psychological too. Go read Psychological Slavery by Na'im Akbar. Na'im Akbar breaks it down very well and very clear, okay? When you dealing with the psychological slavery, guess what? You start to feel some kind of way about yourself, and you feel some kind of way about the people around you and those that's from the other parts of the world. Okay? So what happened is, not only we dealt with physical slavery as a people, what we dealt with psychological slavery. We was made to believe that those from the continent were terrible people. Those from the Caribbean were terrible people, right? That's what we were made to believe. And they were made to believe that about us. But people who do enough research and who have enough sense to interact outside their comfort zone, they'll see that that is not true. That is not the case. But we have been fed into the stereotype and the social stigma about Black people from other parts of the world. That's why I was trying to get at with you, to understand that's how oppression works. And then you asked me about the cults. You said, okay, you asked me, do cults organization bring about oppression to the people? And I say, yes, it's a form. Yes, they do bring about oppression to the people. And white supremacy itself is like a form of cult. Okay, it does bring about oppression to the people. And he said, well, you said you don't like cults. You don't like Tariq Nasheed. I surely don't like Tariq Nasheed, because Tariq Nasheed has an agenda, and it's not for the benefit of Black people. Okay, that's why I don't like Tariq Nasheed. All right. So he said, "What?" And then you asked me, if she's under some type of code?" I said, "Yes, she's under the white supremacy code, but I'm not going to hate that woman because she made a statement that she's ignorant of." Okay, that was one person that made that statement. And then you had the nerve, and I should have cussed your bitch ass out when you asked this question, but I didn't. But I did tell you that I said you pissing me off with that question, because that is common sense question. You gonna ask, well, if you ask about a Black man, right, by him being oppressed, if he rape a Black woman, should he go to prison? Should he go to jail for that? I said, what kind of question is that? I said, what kind of question is that? Should a Black man go to jail for raping a woman? What kind of question is it? Because I say it was a dumbass question, and it was a dumbass question. You should know, what do you think the answer should be? If somebody violates someone, what do you think the answer should be? They should go to prison. Yes. So what you try to do, you try to flip the script on this woman who made a statement about African Americans. So what you trying to say, she should be criminalized because she made her statement about Black people in America? So you telling me that I should say that this woman should be criminalized for her statement regarding to Black people in America? You think I should do that? I mean, and you try to make a comparison between the two. That's what make it so dumb. Why would you make that type of comparison? Why would you make a comparison about something that is so traumatic to an individual versus what somebody said about a group of people? That's how I know you on some bullshit. Bro, you ain't about no Black unity. You talk that Black unity stuff, bro, you is not on that shit. You're very biased. You contradicted your name, my boy. Your name is very contradicting. You might want to change your name. You might want to change your channel. That's what you want to do, because it ain't lining up. And it shows that you are a very biased individual. And you have proven my point. You are set tripping. Like you running shit. Like, boy, you ain't really running nothing. Only thing you running is your YouTube channel and your household. But outside of that, you ain't running shit, bro. You ain't got that type of power to say who can come in and out of this country. We ain't got that power in America. We still at the bottom. We can't even take control of our own neighborhood. We can't even take control of our own community. So let me get back to the next one. There was a video that he played where a young lady from Rwanda, I believe, she's from Rwanda. She was being interviewed, and a guy asked her a question. What do you think about the Black American culture? The Black American community? What do you think? He said her response was, the Black American community is fucked up. She said, excuse my language. I hate to say that, it's really fucked up. And she also said that I feel like they do not belong there. They should come back here. And he asked me, Unbiased asked me, well, what is your opinion on that? What is your thought on that, Tiffany? I said, I agree with her because it's the truth. We are fucked up. Look at our community. Look at our neighborhoods. We are absolutely fucked up. This boy went on a rant and said, you lying, this, thing, other. I can't believe that you saying that, da. How you gonna agree with that? She is not right. I said, she is right. So how you gonna ask me, how do I feel about it, what my thought is? And then when I tell you what my thought is, you got a problem with it. You're trying to get me to just go along with what you say. Bro, you're not gonna do that. We're not gonna play those games. Then you was like, you know what? I'm about to put you on mute because you a liar. And I told you, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead and put me on mute. You put me on mute, and I unmuted myself, and I said, fuck you, you bitch ass nigga. So yeah, I said it. You're a crybaby ass nigga. That's what I'm getting out your ass. You sitting up there crying and shit, nigga. You crying like a little hoe ass bitch. You sound like a weirdo. And I don't give a shit if you don't want me back on your platform. Because what you get is what I'm going to give you. I'm not going to change my narrative. I'm not going to make you feel accommodated. If you don't like what the fuck I said and my views, then don't bring me back on your platform. Period. Because it's going to stand. But I can give you a long list of why I say the black community is fucked up. Let me tell you why. Let me explain to you why the black community is fucked up. And before I go there, you mentioned that, well, over there in Rwanda, they're prostituting. Okay, there's prostitution here in America. There's sex trafficking here in America. There's a lot of stuff going on in our community that we don't address. So let me give you a long list. Let me start off an example of how fucked up the black community is. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the rapper Finesse Two Times. So Finesse Two Times is a rapper from Memphis, Tennessee. He was signed under Moneybagg Yo, who was also signed under Yo Gotti's record label CMG Records. So Finesse Two Times has an artist named Lil King. Okay, he was supposed to be his godfather. Now, remind you, this guy is around the same age as me. He about 33 years old. Lil King is 11 years old. They beefing with each other. Yes, I said they're beefing with each other. Something going on with that picture. Why is a 33-year-old man beefing with an 11-year-old child? So there was a situation that happened where Lil King was let go because Finesse said that he was so disrespectful. He's very disrespectful and he very antagonizing, etc. And when he want to be in a child place, then that's when he's going to bring him back. Now, this little boy, he's a rapper, but he also do a lot of cussing. And guess what else? Not only he cuss a lot, but he's out there gambling with grown ass men. And by the way, he grew up in an inner city. Okay. He grew up in an environment where he saw a lot of shit going on. Now, there's some blame they have to go around here. There's the blame with the adults in the household, and there's a blame with Finesse Two Times. How can't you fault this little boy from cussing if you took him out the environment that he lives in, that he grew up in, right? And you bring him into your environment where you're around drug dealers, you're around niggas that got felonies. You're around niggas that's shooting crabs. You're around people that's shooting dice. You brought this little boy into this. So now the little boy become addicted to it. It's real easy. It's real easy to say, and here all you grown ass niggas, grown folks in the comment section saying that he needs to stay in the child's place. Oh, he's snitching because the little boy spoke out about the situation that happened. He said that there was a speed chase going on and he happened to be in the car. And now one of them guys took the consideration and said, hey, let this little boy out and let him go home. He don't need to be with us. And he also spoke about Finesse 2 Times girlfriend or whatever. And also spoke about how one of the guys tried to get him to hit on her daughter. And he told the guy, no, I'm not going to hit on her because that's like my sister. So the little boy gets on that and he tells what's really going on, why he left. And you grown ass motherfuckers. Listen, there's grown ass people getting on the goddamn comment section saying that he's a snitch. He's a fucking child. He's 11 years old. What do you expect for a child to do? A child is going to tell what's going on, and they're going to tell the truth 9 times out of 10. For anything, you should blame the adults around him, not the fucking kid. You should not blame the kid for telling. Now, this little boy is well articulating, very intelligent, but you should not blame him for telling. So it's so easy to say stay in a child's place, but how can a child stay in a child's place when you're doing grown folk activity in front of them? How can they stay in their place? See, y'all act like kids don't pay attention to what the fuck is going on. They don't pay attention to what adults are doing. And you think kids don't pick up on the activity. They will pick it up. It don't matter what you say. It's more so about what you do. They go by what you're doing. So while you think that you can get away with doing fuck shit, just know that somebody is watching you. And 9 times out of 10, it's a child. A child's going to pick up on everything they see. So that little boy wasn't lying on Finesse 2 Times, because this is what he witnessed with his own eye. But people got mad and started going off. This is why the black community is fucked up, because there's no code. There's lack of principles. There's lack of values. I can go so far to say the black community that we know is dead. The black community that we know is dead. And what people are trying to do, they're trying to revitalize it. It's so much discombobulation going on within our community. That's the thing that we must address. You're addressing, talking about how the black immigrants doing this and doing that. Okay, certain black people, they don't like us. Cool, whatever. I don't rock with those individuals. If you don't like me, I don't like you either. Hell with you. But you don't want to talk about the shit that's going on internally. You don't want to talk about the destruction that goes on within our household, where children are being abused by the adults. You don't want to talk about the peer pressure that you deal with in your own neighborhoods, or when you go to school every day, you're around your children's around certain other kids trying to fit into a crowd. We don't want to talk about the importance of mental health. We don't want to talk about the importance of safety. But you come over here unbiased telling me that they have prostitution in Rwanda as if we don't have prostitution in our community. We have a lot of that shit. You won't talk about how these dope boys mess around with these young girls out here. But your punk ass sitting up there, yeah, I call you a punk ass. Your punk ass sitting up there going back and forth with people from the Caribbeans, talking shit. But you ain't using your platform to bring anything productive and healthy to discuss the real issue that's going on. You're not discussing enough about, well, let's see. You're not discussing how politics is destroying us as a collective. Maybe you are. I don't know. But I don't see that shit. All I see you with your punk ass is doing crybaby ass nigga. What your crybaby ass is doing, going back and forth, talking about how we built this country. Da 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 da. That don't mean shit. Yeah, we built this country. Congratulations. We built this country and we ain't getting nothing out of it. So you want to make a comparison. You trying to make a competition out of who had it worse during slavery. Oh, did the Caribbean had it worse than black people here in America? Did the Africans had it worse during colonization period? Neo-colonialism? Who had it worse? Which group of people had it worse? You trying to make a competition out of it. Nigga, it ain't no competition. Why are you trying to compete about oppression? Oppression is oppression. Why are you making such a damn competition about it? Why? You ain't focusing on how the Democrat and the Republican Party is bringing about destruction to black people as a whole. You don't want to talk about that shit. But again, I can't tell you what the fuck to talk about on your channel because that's your shit. That's how you run it. But I'm going to just let you know you sound like a bitch right about now. Y'all won't. When you start having serious conversation about real issues that's really affecting us as a people, instead of this game banging shit that you own, instead of this set tripping, when you ready to have a real conversation, then I'll reach out to you. Then maybe we can dialogue. But until then, don't invite me back on your platforms, matter of fact. Don't bring me back on your platform, bruh. I don't want to come back. I don't want to come back because I ain't with that bullshit. So you mad because I'm not jumping on that bandwagon? Hell to the no. And I'm going to stand on my position about what I said. And let me give you another list of what's going on with the black community. Since we spoke on politics, let's talk about the infantilization of black people. How we are being told to vote Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. As if that's the only thing that's saving us. We so quick to criticize what the Republican Party are doing, this, thing, other, right? We so quick to talk about the black people on the Republican Party is a bunch of house Negroes, coons, or whatnot. But what we don't want to talk about is the house Negroes in the Democratic Party, the house Negroes that are liberals, supposedly. We won't talk about under Democratic leadership how it brought more destruction to our community. But we got this false hope as a community that we gotta vote Democrat, Democrat, because that's the only thing that's going to save us. Instead of thinking with our head and say, well, you know what, let's come up with a political party. Let's come up with a political party that is going to help the black community. Tyreek Nasheed ain't thinking about no political party. Now, if he would have said LBA was a political party, then I would have respected that a little bit more. I would say, okay, now I can respect that. if he would have said that it was a political party. But that's not his agenda. His agenda is to make profit. And yes, he is your leader. You're using his talking points. You damn robot. You're using his talking points. If he was your leader, right? If he was a good leader, a decent leader, he would say, you know what? Let's make this into a political party because the Democratic Party is not working for us. The Republican Party is not working for us. So we need to create our own political system that is going to help liberate the people. He's not doing that. Your leader is not thinking about that shit. Of course he is. Of course Tyreek is trying to promote tribalism. And what he's doing is bringing major destruction. It's going to divide the community even more. And let me give you another reason why I say the black community is fucked up. Because of the toxicity of our culture. Our culture is predicated upon sexual liberation and so much violence. So let me speak on about black women in particular, right? We took on this idea about feminism, and we think that feminism was a way to save us. Now, there might be some benefits. There's some benefits, but as a whole, it's no benefits. It's no benefit to being a feminist. The feminist organization have shown that they do not value black women as much as they value white women and other races of women. But still, black women still try to jump on board with it, which creates a so-called gender war between black men and women. So now we got black men and women going back and forth with each other, talking about 50-50. Who's supposed to pay the bills? Should black men protect women? And then I could go on to say, should black men date outside their race? Should black women date outside their race? These unnecessary debates that we having with each other, it goes to show you how messed up our community is. Should the woman serve the black man first when it comes to the food, or should she serve her children? Should the woman serve the children first, or should the man get served first? All these crazy ass debates. It's like we just looking to debate some shit, and we not putting our focus on the real common cause, the thing that's really affecting us. We worrying about some bullshit about 50-50 and who gonna get fed first. And should a black woman get protected? If we gotta ask a question, should a woman be protected? That goes to show you the state of our community. We have allowed social media to control our narratives, control our thought process. And with the so-called conscious community, it's even worse. Because let's get into the conscious community. Look at all these different groups of people. They got the identity crisis going on, and including FBA and ADOS. With so many identity crises taking place, it's creating more conflict. We are in the age of technology where there is no excuse to not do your damn research. But y'all looking for some damn romanticism. Y'all looking for something that fits this utopia that you have. So my boy, unbiased, you ain't no different from them damn Hebrew Israelites. You're no different from them damn Nuwapians. You're no different from the indigenous people. You just as fucked up as they are. Because you trying to bend the narrative by saying that, and you did say this yesterday, that black people founded America. That's not true. Black people had no type of power when it came down to this land. Black people were brought here against their own will. They were forced to labor. So how could they find a land where they were forced to work on and labor for free? How? How is that possible? The Europeans never founded this land either. What they did was they conquered it from the Native Americans. So ask your leader, Tariq Nasheed, who are the Black Americans? Because he has spoke about there's a group called the Black Americans, right? And he doesn't include African people in it. So who were the Black Americans? Who were they? If they were indigenous to this land, you can't tell me that the FBA don't teach that, because they do. They teach that black people are indigenous to this land. Okay, what tribe? There's a lot of mental illness taking place with our community. Majority of black people don't like to damn read. They don't like to read. They like to be told something that's going to make them feel good. And also, unbiased, you try to make it seem like I'm against the black community. Like I'm just giving a pass to the immigrants, right? Or to those who are in the other part of the diaspora. No, I'm not giving a pass to anybody. Because we all are fucked up. If anybody knows me, right, they know that I am pretty passionate about the community. But I'm going to call out the fuckery in our community too. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it to make somebody else feel good. No, if there's a lot of fuckery going on, I got to call that shit out. And if there's a lot of positivity going on, I'm going to call out the positivity. When was the last time at any channel on YouTube, any black channel on YouTube, when was the last time y'all promoted something, black people doing something positive, like black owned businesses, black organizations, right? Black activism. I'm talking about not just as far as history wise, but I'm talking about people that's currently doing activism in the community. What about current events? And I ain't talking about pop culture either. I'm talking about local news and all of that. It's only very few black channels that's really pointing out the core issues. Everybody else is dealing with the pop culture, personality worshiping. And there's certain people that deals with history. But we too busy worried about what the celebrities were talking about. We're worrying about what celebrities got to say. We worry about what people like Charlamagne the God have to say. We so busy putting our focus on famous people in our community and nothing else matters. But you want to tell me that, oh, I'm about my people. I'm about this. No, you're not. No, you're not. You looking to set trip. And I'm quite sure you one of those individuals that would love to sit back and watch people just go back and forth and fight each other in person. You had brothers on there that was from the Congo and another person that was from Trinidad. You was interrupting them the whole time. You kept cutting them off. You kept cutting them off. You kept being disrespectful. You kept doing that. But you got the nerve to tell me you are unbiased. Nigga, change your motherfucking name. Change your goofy ass name. Now, since you asked me about Pan-Africanism, let me go into more detail. Right? Let me show you something. Let me show you what Pan-Africanism is. Now, I can say as a person who identifies with Pan-Africanism, I can say those that was within the Pan-African community was looking to profit and capitalize. I could say that those in the Pan-African community have made a cult out of it by spewing hatred. I can speak on Garvey. Garvey was a great philosopher. Garvey was a great teacher. But also Garvey was a capitalist. I could say Garvey was a capitalist. But Garvey was on the right direction. I could say W.E.B. Du Bois, right? And a lot of people don't speak on W.E.B. Du Bois. He was a sociologist. He was a historian. He taught at Clark University. No, my bad. He taught at Atlanta University. My bad. Yeah, he taught at Atlanta University. He was a great teacher. But Du Bois was a big house Negro at one time. Him and Garvey couldn't even get along. He had issue with Garvey. He had issue with Carl G. Woodson. Because Carl G. Woodson made a harsh criticism about the NAACP. Because he felt like, well, they not bringing history into the forefront of the community. So Carl G. Woodson, who was considered as the founder of Black History Month, he left the NAACP alone. He departed himself from W.E.B. Du Bois and did his own thing. So I could say the person that I admire, Du Bois, I could say that he was a house Negro. He had a house Negro mentality because he was born up north. He was born in Massachusetts. So he didn't worry about the concept of racism because that's not something that he experienced until he got down south and he started seeing that it was a whole nother ball game. He had that xenophobic mentality about Garvey. He did. But over the years, his views started to change because he started to do more research. Once he got accustomed to Pan-Africanism, he started to do more research. He started to ask more questions. He started to travel more. He left the NAACP alone. Now, remind you, he was the co-founder of the NAACP. He left it alone. Because he did not like the direction they were going. So he said, you know what? Let me go ahead and move on to the next phase. Now, later on in years, he became a communist for a short period of time. It didn't last very long. So he moved to Ghana, got his citizenship, and he died at the age of 93. So I could say that about Du Bois. And you kept bringing up Malcolm X, trying to compare him with Tariq. They are two different people. They are not the same. Malcolm X was about something. He was able to bring a crowd of people, right? He was focusing more on the political issues. He really cared enough about the black community. And no, he didn't even have money because the nation was the one that was taking care of him. The house that he was living in, that was controlled by the nation. Malcolm X didn't have the money. Malcolm, ooh, my bad. Malcolm traveled. Malcolm traveled to Mecca. Malcolm traveled to Mecca, but he didn't have the money. So guess who gave him some money to help him get there? It wasn't the nation, it was his own sister. Her name was Ella Collins. He reached out to her and asked her to help him out. He needed some money to go to Mecca. And she did. She helped him to get there. And he also worked alongside with Dr. John Henry Clark, right? He founded what is called the Organization of Afro-American Unity, I think. Hold on. Let me make sure I get it right. Yes, I was correct. So Malcolm founded the Organization of Afro-American Unity around 1964. Now he passed away. He died in 1965. He founded the organization along with Dr. John Henry Clark. And the focus was of the African community, the African in the diaspora. And since you want to make a comparison, when Tyreek going to admit that once upon a time that he tried to pull out this pimpology, trying to teach people how to mac. And if you don't think pimps out there macking, they do. They mac. I don't care if Tyrese call himself a player because he wasn't no player in my book. Because if he was a player, he would last long enough. He wouldn't have had to switch over to doing what he's doing now. Tyreek carried on that pimpology and created this organization and got y'all talking about it's a lineage. It's not a lineage. It's not a bloodline. The man knows the history. What he's doing is he trying to manipulate people. That's all he's trying to do. So Malcolm was really about the people. He was trying to do more for the community. This man traveled. This man interacted with different people. Okay. Yes, Tyreek, you gonna say Tyreek traveled as well. But guess what? He wasn't doing what Malcolm was doing. He was not doing exactly what Malcolm was doing. Malcolm had a little bit more to offer. Malcolm, if you want me to be honest with you, Malcolm is the reason why the Nation Islam was able to gain its popularity. Malcolm. Malcolm is the reason why the Nation Islam gained its popularity. Okay. But let me get into a more detail what Pan Africanism is since you was focusing on that. Hold on. Here we go. Pan Africanism is a worldwide movement that aims to encourage and strengthen bonds of solidarity between all indigenous people and diaspora of African ancestry, based on a common goal dating back to the Atlantic slave trade. The movement extends beyond continental Africans with a substantial support base among the African diaspora in the Americas and Europe. All right. Now watch this. You're a grown ass man. You should be able to do your own fucking research. But, some part of your brain is like dysfunctional or something, my boy. It says Pan Africanism is said to have its origin in the struggles of African people against enslavement and colonization. And this struggle may be traced back to the first resistance on slave ships, rebellions, and suicides through the constant plantation and colonial uprising and the back to Africa movements of the 19th century. Based on the belief that unity is vital to economic, social, and political progress, it aims to unify and uplift people of African ancestry. At its core, Pan Africanism is a belief that African people, both on the continent and in the diaspora, share not merely a common history, but a common destiny. Pan Africanism posits a sense of a shared historical fate for Africans in the Americas, the West Indies, and on the continent itself, centered on the Atlantic slave trade, African slavery, and European imperialism. All right. Pan Africanism thought influence. The establishment of the Organization of African Unity since succeeded by the African Union in 1963. The African Union Commission has its seat in Addis Ababa, and the Pan African Parliament has its seat in Midrand, Johannesburg, which is in South Africa. All right, so it goes on to say Pan Africanism stresses the need for collective self reliance. Pan Africanism exists as a governmental and grassroots objective. Okay. So you got a list of names here. All right. Henry Christophe, right? Jean Dessalines, Toussaint Louverture, Francois, right? Let me see who else. Haile Selassie, Jomo Kenyatta, Edward Whitman Blyden. Okay. You got a long list of names. Kwame Ture, Walter Rodney. Now, although Garvey never identified as being a Pan Africanist, but he stood on the concept of black nationalism, but his ideal is very relatable to the Pan African movement. Okay. Antonin Furman. Now, Antonin Furman was a Haitian philosopher, but also an anthropologist. And I have his book. The realization of Pan African objective would lead to power consolidation in Africa, which would compel a real which would compel a relocation of global resources, as well as unleashing a fiercer psychological energy and political assertion that would unsettle social and political power structure in the Americas. Any clown who compares Tariq Nasheed to great Malcolm X deserved. Oh, somebody did. That's who compared it. Unbiased Sports. He compared Tariq to Malcolm. And Isaiah put, I remember Yvette Carnell saying that if a black immigrant tells her not to rep the American flag, she says she's going to call that disrespectful. Well, you can't tell people what flag to not represent. That's her choice, right? If she want to represent the American flag. But at the same time, you can't condemn people for not wanting to represent a flag either, especially the flag that brought about the oppression of their own people. But back to you, unbiased. The motherfuckers that you got on your chat, they proving my point. They have proven my point that y'all ain't nothing but a cult. No matter, somebody can come with all type of valuable information, you motherfuckers wouldn't want to hear that shit. Because if it doesn't fit your damn narrative, it's a damn problem. It's a problem. It's an issue. As long as make you feel good, as long as somebody can say, yes, I agree with you, it's no problem. But the moment somebody say, well, no, I disagree, and this is why, and this is my position, now you got an issue with that. My boy, you biased as fuck. And I only know you one day. I just met your ass yesterday. And I'm already peeping game about you, my boy. I already peeped game about you, my boy. My boy, it's pretty obvious what you stand on as far as your position. But you sitting up there making 4-hour videos. You want to talk about my vernacular English because I use ebonics. I guess you feel some kind of way. I don't know. I guess you feel like, oh, she too damn masculine. Oh, she come off like a nigga. I do. I come off on bitch ass niggas like yourself. I do. I come off like a nigga. Cause you a bitch ass nigga. And you spearing that bitch assness. You got that bitch ass mentality. So yeah, I'm gonna come off like that. And then on top of that, you disrespecting people from Jamaica. Wait a minute, you had posted up a video on your channel talking about and you use a lot of bias. You use a lot of confirmation bias, my boy. You use a lot of confirmation bias. So you had a video on your channel where there was an interview with an individual from Jamaica, right? So this person was from there, whatever. And it's showing the community they were living in, the areas. You was talking mad shit about it. You was talking about how filthy Jamaica was and how horrible they look and this, that, and the other. And then you get mad when somebody say the same thing about your ass, nigga. Look what you doing. You done made a video. You posting up a video. You talking about Jamaicans and their environment, talking about their community look horrible. Their community look terrible. Well, I hope you don't never come across a real Jamaican. Because if you would have said that to somebody from Jamaica, they would probably bust you in your goddamn shit, boy. They'll bust you in your damn shit. They'll goddamn chump your bitch ass off. They would chump your whole ass off, nigga. They would chump you the fuck off. Because you a disrespectful ass bastard. And then, yesterday, I remember, if I recall, we were talking about Jim Crow, right? Jim Crow in Florida. You say there was no Jim Crow in Florida, Jim Crow laws. I said, yes, there were Jim Crow laws. And I showed and proved to you that there were Jim Crow laws, right? As I was reading over something, you know what your bitch ass gonna say? Your bitch ass stood there and said, with your goofy ass, bro, you a goofy ass nigga. Your goofy ass gonna sit there and say that those things that the people went through in Florida, they soft. So you call the Jim Crow laws in Florida soft. You said, yeah, it's soft. It ain't got nothing. They don't have nothing on Mississippi and Alabama and all these other places. What they went through in Florida was soft. So you think that Jim Crow had no effect on the people in Florida? So the fact that people were segregated, going to different places, different bathrooms, right? Different beaches, library, and all of that, you don't think that had an effect on individuals? I wish you could tell that to these elders who are still alive today, and they could tell you what it's like to go through Jim Crow. I wish you could tell that to those people. You have no clue. You're an ignorant ass bastard. You an ignorant son of a bitch. I should have chumped your ass off. I should have cussed your ass completely the fuck out on your channel. But I did not. I did not even go as far as I wanted to. Yes, I got aggressive with you. I should have cussed your ass completely the fuck out on your own fucking channel. I should have embarrassed your ass in front of every fucking body. I should have just went in on your ass all the way in. But I did not. I spared your ass. Because I couldn't believe that you said some shit like that. Well, them people in Florida, they didn't go through no Jim Crow laws. Oh, that type of laws. Oh, those laws are soft. Nigga, you wasn't even last. Nigga, if you went through that shit what they went through back in those days, your motherfucking ass would be fucked up in the head. You would be totally discombobulated, nigga. Nigga, you wouldn't even last long enough. You don't know what the fuck it's like for them to deal with their oppression. And remind you, Jim Crow ain't been that long ago. Jim Crow has not been that long ago. If you study epigenetics, bitch ass nigga, go study some epigenetics and get your punk ass off that internet. Stop spending 5 or 6 hours on that goddamn internet, nigga, and go goddamn read up on epigenetics. There is a connection between slavery, Jim Crow, the emancipation, all the way up to our current situation. Okay? As far as the effect of what our ancestors had to go through and what they had to deal with, is passed on down to the gene. So for those of you that don't know what epigenetic is, I'm going to school you. Epigenetics is basically dealing with above genome. That means your DNA does not change, but your gene expression opens. So it's like a light switch. It cuts on and off. So you take in whether it be by nature or whether it's nurturing. Okay? So if it's nurture, that means it's something that you picked up from your environment. But if it's nature, that means you inherit it. Okay? So a lot of us have inherited the things that our ancestors have been through. And it's not only affecting us on the outside, but also affecting us on the inside as far as our household, how we interact with each other. I don't hear you talking about the importance of maintaining a relationship between black man and black woman. When you start talking about that, then that's when I'll listen to what the fuck you guys say. Then that's when I would have a real conversation with you. But nigga, you not worth the conversation. You're a fucked up ass individual. And bitch, it shows it. Bitch, it shows how fucked up you are. You a fucked up ass nigga. You just trying to play nice, but nigga, your ass is fucked up. So come with some real conversation and give me some subjects that we can both talk about. But if you want to be on this set tripping ass shit, you can kiss my ass. If you want to be on this FBA versus RBG and all that shit, you can kiss my ass. You can keep your happy ass right over there. Cause I don't want no part of that bullshit. Cause that shit lame. Y'all niggas lame as fuck. Y'all niggas don't know that you playing a part in your own destruction, you dumbass. Again, y'all don't know that y'all playing a part in your own destruction, you fucking dumbass. Boy, I wouldn't be surprised to find out some shit about you. I wouldn't be surprised to find out more shit about your ass. I wouldn't be surprised to find out information about your monkey ass. Yes, I said it. Cause I'm just that pissed. I wouldn't be surprised to find some dirt on your motherfucking ass, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. Nigga, you on that goofy ass shit, bro. Like I said, you ain't got to worry about me coming back on your channel. You don't. Then not to mention that Latino brother. Oh, he very knowledgeable. He will whoop your fucking ass. You put him on that platform, he will have your ass looking stupid, nigga. That Latino brother, I know who you talking about. And that brother name is Cuban Crisis. You don't want that nigga on your platform running shit, cause that nigga will have you looking dumb as fuck, nigga. That nigga will goddamn make you look stupid. That nigga know way more than what you know, nigga. And niggas from pseudo killers, and I don't be in the chat like they were pseudo killers, okay? But if pseudo killer came on your platform, they would chump your bitch ass off too, nigga. Nigga, you light work. Nigga, you not as smart as you think, nigga. You not as smart as you not as bright as you think, my nigga. Nigga, don't try to play with me. Play with yourself, nigga. Go look yourself in the mirror, you fuck nigga. You don't want to play that game with me, boy. But this is one of the reasons why I don't like going on platforms. Because niggas like you get too damn emotional and get to acting like a little bitch. Get all in your feelings because you're acting like a bitch. You talking about, well, let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it civilized. Bitch, you don't know how to do that. It showed and proved. You don't know how to keep it respectful and civilized. You cut motherfuckers off with the moment that they disagree with your bitch ass. The moment somebody disagree with your bitch ass, it's a problem. It's a major problem. You in your feelings. You saying that, well, you know what, you're too hostile, sister. We can be friends. We can be respectful towards each other. We can be mature about this. You too hostile. Yeah, because I ain't gonna let you come with that fuck shit, nigga. But you was hostile to those two brothers that came on your platform. You were. You kept cutting them off. Because you didn't like what they were saying. Yeah, you're not gonna come to me with that fuck shit. I ain't gonna let you get by with that lame shit. I'm not gonna let you try to brainwash me, nigga. I'm not gonna let you try to get over me, nigga. You ain't gonna fucking play with me. That's one thing you gonna learn. You're not gonna fucking play with me, because if you think you're gonna play with me, you got another thought coming. You got another thought coming. You better play with somebody else. You better play with yourself, nigga. You better go look yourself in the mirror and figure out what the fuck wrong with your ass. I'm not the one you want to play that game with, nigga. I'll turn up on your ass in a heartbeat. What you got was a little glimpse of me. You didn't get all of me. You just got a little bit. I can go worse. And I ain't gonna stop. until I get ready to. So if you want to try to play with me, you gonna fuck around and play with yourself. You gonna fuck yourself over. Don't fucking play with me. Don't try to manipulate nothing, because I ain't the one that you want to try that manipulation game with. I'm not that bitch. I blocked Unbiased Sports 3 weeks ago after he defended COINTELPRO and shitted on Fred Hampton. Now, oh, wait a minute. He shitted on Fred Hampton. Wait a minute. He shitted on Fred Hampton. This is somebody saying that you done shit on Fred Hampton. You talking that FBA shit. Bitch, nigga, shut up. Fuck, yeah, that's right. Fuck FBA. How you gonna shit on a black brother, a Black Panther, who did what he could for the black community? This man stood up for the black community. He fought for the black community, right? He came up with all kinds of ideas that's going to try to uplift the community. And here you are talking about some. Basically, you just saying, fuck Fred Hampton. You shit on Fred Hampton. You a goofy ass nigga. Nigga, you wouldn't even last. If you was in a Black Panther party back in the day, them niggas would have jumped your bitch ass. Them niggas would have jumped your bitch ass. Them niggas would have beat the shit out your goofy ass, bro. Yeah, he did. And all the Panthers. Oh, yeah. If you was joined the Black Panther back in the day, them niggas would have got rid of your ass. But you talking about you're a foundational Black American, but you so ignorant, and you sitting up here dissing the Black Panther Party. They played a very important role in the Black community. Now, yeah, there were certain individuals that did fucked up shit. There were certain individuals who became traitors. There were certain individuals that was taking advantage of other people, yes. But overall, the Black Panther Party had an agenda, and their agenda was the primary focus on the black community. But you a goofy ass nigga. You a lame fuck nigga for that shit. Nigga, you ain't about the progress of the black community, you fuck nigga. Play with somebody else, bitch. Yeah, and I hope your goofy ass watching it. So since you want to make a 4-hour video about me because I said the FBA is a cult, I'm gonna make a video about you. I got time today. Normally I don't be here long enough to talk about individual all day, but I got time. I got time, nigga. And I dare your ass come over here because you gonna get that work. I dare your ass come over here because you gonna get that work. So I got time. So I hope your ass is tuned in watching this shit. I'm hoping your ass seeing what I gotta say. Cause you gonna get that work. You're not gonna come over here playing that bullshitty game. Cause I'm gonna chump your ass off. I'm gonna chump your ass off. Tell my son, well, sister, you gotta learn some respect. You gotta learn how to agree and disagree. We gotta be mature about this. Nigga, fuck you. Nigga, fuck you. Nigga, at that point, you lost my respect with that fuck shit you was on. Nigga, fuck you. Nigga, what the respect had died when you was saying some fuck shit. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. I tried to hear you out, but nigga, you was on some fuck shit. So player, fuck you. And fuck them people that's rocking with your ass in the chat. Fuck them people that was telling me to shut the fuck up and saying all that shit. That nigga Geronimo, whatever the fuck that nigga name is, fuck that bitch ass nigga. Yeah, fuck that Geronimo ass nigga. And fuck all others who was coming at me in the chat. Fuck them. I don't, and you gonna tell me, well, they think that you unintelligent. They think something's wrong with you. They think that you slow. This thing. I don't give a fuck what them niggas think. I don't care about no nigga thinking I'm slow or unintelligent or I'm not as educated. They don't even think that you know your multiplication right. This is what you said. I don't give a fuck about what your goddamn audience think of me. Fuck them. Bitch, I'm 35 years old, baby. Baby, I'm 35. I'm not goddamn 10, 15. I'm 35, nigga. I'm past that stage where people goddamn took advantage of me, roasting my motherfucking ass. I passed that stage. I learned to accept the fact that everybody ain't gonna like me. Everybody ain't gonna love me. I accepted that shit. And I don't convince anyone to love me. I don't convince anyone to love me. I don't convince anyone to like me. I'm used to it. So I'm at that age in my life, like, if you fuck with me, cool. If you don't fuck with me, then fuck you too. Simple as that. I ain't gonna beg you. Not everybody, especially the ones in my community. Not everybody in my community is gonna show me love. Not everybody in my community is going to support me. Not everybody in my community is gonna have my back when shit goes down. And I accept that. And I'm aware of that. And guess what? I ain't mad because you gotta understand we're humans first and foremost. So you can't expect humans to be all the way 100%. You can't expect humans to always be there to have your back. Humans are going to be humans. We're a part of the animal kingdom. Okay? We are in the primate family. So if you study about the animal kingdoms, right, and you see how animals act towards each other, that's how we gonna be. So I ain't begging everybody to love me or support me, especially motherfuckers from the conscious community. I ain't begging damn one of them motherfuckers to love me. So if you ain't fucking with me, then fuck y'all. Simple as that. I'm gonna continue to live my life. I'm gonna continue to take care of myself. I'm gonna continue to maintain. So I can give two fucks about any motherfucking body thinking or feeling any kind of way about me. Yes, I'm very abrasive, aggressive. I'm very passionate. And I make no apology for it. I make no motherfucking apology for it. I don't. So I can give two fucks. And guess what? Everybody don't need to be rocking with your ass. Everybody don't need to be on the bandwagon with you. So fuck it. So I'm gonna sit up here and eat my chips. And if you ready to come over here to get this work, then bring your happy ass over here. If not, then I know that you're a bitch ass nigga. So y'all, whoever's watching, you can go ahead and send that nigga the link and have his bitch ass come over here. If not, I know he a bitch ass nigga. And this is what I'm snacking on, plantains. So go ahead and send that nigga the link. Go ahead and send that nigga the link and let that nigga know that I'm live. And tell his little peons over there that I'm live too. Yeah, let that nigga know that I'm live and tell his little peons that I'm live too. So if they want to smoke, tell them bring their asses over here. Mm-hmm. Test out, yeah. I love plantain chips. I love them. They very healthy. Yeah, y'all send the link over there to him. Y'all send him the video and tell his bitch ass I'm live. How much y'all want to bet you still doing a video about me? How much you want to bet? How much y'all want to bet that nigga still doing the video about me? How much y'all niggas want to bet? And the nigga still doing live. Damn, nigga. Nigga, you been on this bitch about 10 hours, boy. That nigga still doing the live. This nigga still live. He's still live. This nigga still live. Yeah. That nigga still live. That nigga still got the video going. God damn, boy. Boy, you really in your feelings, ain't you? What? God damn. I ain't know that I can cause a nigga to go 10 hours, go on and on about me. God damn, boy. Boy, nigga ain't took a break yet. Nigga, go exercise or something. Go do some jumping jacks, some push-up. God damn. God damn, boy. God damn, boy. Boy, I don't see how y'all niggas even do it. Do 6 or 8 hours, 10 hours videos. God damn, I don't see how you can do it, nigga. Do you ever take a break, nigga? God damn, nigga. Do you take a break, nigga? 10 hours? Damn, nigga, let your eyes rest. Baby, let your eyes rest. Go exercise or something. Go take your kid outside. I heard your kid in the background, boy. Go take that baby outside. Or something. Nigga, you on that computer for 10 hours, boy. Boy, do you ever get tired? But anybody that's watching, you go ahead and let that nigga know I'm live. Goddamn, nigga. I fucked up. Niggas ain't got no life. Niggas ain't got no life, boy. But you know what? I'm about to do something that I never done before, and I'm gonna do this because he took one of my videos and he put it on his video. So I'm gonna take a current live that he's doing, and I'm just gonna sit back and watch. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. All right. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to play his little video because he got me on his channel. He's currently live. So I'm gonna sit back and I'm just gonna let him do his little talking. And I might laugh here and there, but I'm just gonna let him talk. Yeah, you know, because baby boy has been live for a long period of time. So yeah, I'm gonna share it. So let me go ahead and put myself on mute.
Preservation of whiteness. Listen to what I'm saying, folks. So these immigration acts were to preserve whiteness. They didn't want stupees over here fucking that up. This horny fucking buck. This horny horse buck. They didn't want him over here. Okay? So acts were less popular after World War II, but immigration restrictions still hope to achieve the preservation of whiteness through immigration system. The 1950s McCarran report defended the National Origins Act systems of allocating quotas as the best way to preserve the sociological and cultural balance of the United States. Despite Truman's despite Truman's veto, Congress passed, so they said, fuck the president. Congress passed the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1952. This bill, this bill, where I'm at, increased the quota for Europeans from outside of. So now, watch this. This bill, this is all about white people. Y'all niggas, y'all Caribbean niggas with not even a thought at this point. This is 1952. They're not thinking about you fucking bummer clods and your jerk chicken. They don't give a fuck about that. This bill increased the quota for Europeans from outside of Northern and Western Europe. Europeans, not Caribbeans, Europeans. Granted the Department of State and the ability to deny entry to those it thought would lower native wages. Repealed the 1980s Prohibitions Act contract law labor and set a minimum quota of 100 visas. Now, it's important. X and Lil Yos, please, please, try to remember this. The Immigration and Nationality Act of 1952. What did it do? It repealed the 1880s prohibitions against contract labor. And now they set a minimum quota of only 100 This is 1952, you fucking piece of shit tethers. Okay? You tethers, listen. They set a minimum quota of 100 visas. So y'all niggas in 52 were not coming over 100. For immigrants from every country, 100 fucking visas. If you got here, you niggas were illegal. 100 visas for every country. 100. That's 97, 98, 99, 100. Y'all were not here in mass bulk. Stop lying. The bill.
Y'all know this. He likes to call people tethers. And you can't tell me that this nigga ain't set tripping. He calling people tethers. But he swear he about unity, right? Okay. I'm gonna let y'all hear him.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's what led to those labor visas, the working visas, the working class visas. And people were still extending their stay after getting those visas.
Right.
So you got to keep building, bro. That's what led to the amalgamations and the bastardizing of children and the other orphans that were left here, because when their families was found out, they had to go back to their country. And they had to reapply again.
Right.
They had to reapply again just to come back.
100%. We got y'all. Y'all lying. We got you though. Y'all ain't got no sources for y'all lies. The bill promoted family reunification by continuing the exemption of children and spouses of citizens from numerical caps. Watch this. The 1952 Act introduced 4 preference categories, allotting 50% of the. What are they doing? They're allotting 50% of the quota admissions to immigrants with needed skills, 30% to parents of adult citizens, and 20% to the spouses and children of legal residents, and any unused green cards to the siblings and adult children of citizens. Further, the act created non-immigrant visa categories that are familiar to us today, such as treaty trader or investor E, student F1, temporary work of distinguished ability or merit H1, and others. The bill favored, look what the bill did. This is 1950. Listen to you clowns. Okay? This is about to say y'all ain't fucking me. The bill favored Europeans. This is 1952. It didn't favor you fucking tethers. Okay? It favored Europeans. And
I hope Buddy don't catch a fade. I can see it now. I can see it. You know what? I would like to see him walk up to the street of New York and walk up to somebody that's Jamaican, Haitian, or somebody that's Latino. Somebody goddamn Guyanese. I would like for him to walk up to them and say, "You a tether. You a tether, man. Fuck you, tethers." I would like for that to happen. I could see him catching a fade. I can see somebody just knocking the shit out of his head, bro. I can see somebody just shut your bitch ass up, nigga. I could just see that happening. I could see that. If I would have saw that, I probably would be laughing. I could see somebody say, "Shut the fuck up, bitch ass nigga. Shut your lame ass up." I can see that. I can absolutely see that. But let's go ahead and play the rest of this little video that he's doing. Let's go ahead. Let's go.
And because few wanted to immigrate at that time, so Europeans were like, I'm good. Many of the available visas went unused between 1952 and 1965. Okay. The Immigration and Nationality Act also removed the a little Yost. Listen, bro. Listen, my boy. The Immigration and Nationality Act, this is 1952. The Immigration and Nationality Act also removed the ban of Asian immigration. Did it say Caribbean? Did it say African? Y'all not on their fucking mind. You're not important. Stupides. You a nigga. You're not important to them. It removed the ban of Asian immigration and many due process safeguards that protected immigrants from deportation abuses. Senators Hubert, name dropping, Humphrey, Democrat, Minnesota, and Herbert Lehman, Democrat, New York, lamented that the act subjected deportees to the tyranny of bureaucrats and that deportations without hearings or findings, of course, the Democrat shit, and without the possibility of judicial review would be the beginning of a police state. Man, I ain't worried about that. In 1958, Congress expanded its 1929 regularization provisions to illegal entrants and overstayers eligible for naturalization who had resided in the United States since 1940. So this is for your idiots. So when illegals come over here, they still could be naturalized and stay. Okay, so this is reopening the immigration system 1965 2000. Between 1952 and 1960, immigration rebounded from its World War II lows and averaged 257,000 immigrants per year. But the 1960 census revealed that only 5.4% of the United States population was foreign born. Hey, yo, I'm going to cook y'all fucking tethers now. But the 1960 census revealed that only 5.4% of the United States population was foreign born. Only 5.4. That's including those white immigrants, European immigrants, Lil Yos. So that is 1960. So you fucking tethers. How many of y'all you think you were here to make up that 5.4%? You're a bunch of
This is how he feel about y'all black folks that's from other countries, right? This is how he feel. He feel like you a tether. He feel that way about y'all. He's showing that. And y'all sitting up there and Sheffrin, I'm finna go in on your month. Ooh, let me show up. No, I'm finna go in on Sheffrin ass. Boy, Sheffrin, you full of shit. But that's a whole nother topic on your ass. But anyways, this is how he feel about y'all. He feel like you a tether. And y'all still gonna rock with this nigga? Y'all gonna go on this nigga platform after he told you that you a tether? Huh? Y'all still rocking with that? And this nigga told you a tether. And y'all still rocking with that nigga, huh? Ain't no way. Who gonna rock with a nigga like that? Nigga, you just like the white supremacists that you talk about. Yeah, I'm eating watermelon. You just like them damn white supremacists you talking about. You got that white supremacy mentality. You trying to seek validation from the white man. That's what you trying to seek. You might well want to be one with the white man. Because you going so hard on the immigrants, but you don't go hard on the white folks the way you going hard on the immigrants, on black people in the diaspora. Damn. You going so hard. You got so much anger and hatred towards the black people in the diaspora. But you don't have this kind of attitude. I would love for you to go against a white person the way you going against the blacks in the diaspora. I would love for you to do that. For all you FBA niggas, I would love for you to go against white people the way you go against the black people in the diaspora. I would love for that to happen. I would love to see that. I would love to see y'all have the balls to debate a white person on y'all platform. For all you FBA ADOS motherfuckers, I would love for y'all to have a white person on your platform and go against they asses the way you going against the black people from the other part of the diaspora. I would love to see that. I would love to see that shit. I would love to see it. I would love to see how y'all would act with white people. I would love to see that shit. This nigga couldn't go against some white person on his platform. He ain't. I would love to see y'all have that same attitude that y'all have with the black people from other diaspora. I would love for y'all to have that same attitude with the Jews and with the white people. I would love to see that shit. I would love to see you call them crackers and all that shit. I would love to see that. A lot of y'all won't do it. A lot of y'all won't do it. I'm gonna tell you why you won't do it. I'm gonna tell you why you won't do it. Because you ain't got the balls to do it. You ain't gonna go against Massa because you need Massa. You sucking up to Massa. You care about Massa. You love Massa. You ain't got nothing against Massa. You ain't gonna go up against the Massa, the one that oppress you. You ain't gonna do it. You trying to seek his validation. You trying to be in good hand with him. I would love to see y'all, all these individuals that got a platform on YouTube, right? Everybody that claims to be an FBA and ADOS especially, I would love to see y'all go up against a white person the way y'all go against your own people. And y'all so damn stupid. Yes, y'all some stupid motherfuckers. Y'all just stupid. Unbiased is a stupid ass nigga. What he don't realize is you got a connection with those Caribbean people more than what you think, you big dumbass motherfucker. You big dumbass motherfucker. You big dumbass motherfucker. You don't realize you got a connection with those goddamn Caribbean people. And those was in Central West Africa. You have a strong connection, but you're too damn stupid. You're stupid as fuck. You got access to the information. But y'all just want to be stupid as fuck. Y'all just some dumb motherfuckers. Y'all some dumbass motherfuckers. Yeah, I said it. I'm not gonna apologize. Y'all sitting up there. Y'all one minute at once upon a time, and I don't put Sheffrin ass in this. Nigga, at one point in time, your ass was African center, and then all of a sudden, now you turn around and say, fuck being African center. Or fuck being African descended. I'm gonna be foundational Black American. Y'all jumping on bandwagons. Y'all ain't nothing but bandwagons jumpers. Y'all just hop on the bandwagon. Whatever sounds good to your ears, y'all jumping on it. Let's see what else y'all gonna jump on once the FBA no longer exists. I want to see what else y'all ass is gonna jump on. Y'all niggas jump on one bandwagon to another. Y'all jumping on it because it's a trend. That's what it is. Y'all jumping on it because it's a trend. Talking about some cut the check. Cut the check. That's not how it works. Talking about nobody else spoke about reparation. People been speaking on reparation for years. Ever since they got free, they were talking about reparation. I bet you dumb motherfuckers don't know anything about Cobra. I bet y'all dumbasses don't know anything about Cobra. Matter of fact, that dumbass nigga need to go look up Cobra. Look up the Queen Mother Moore. Look up about the reparation bill, the HR 40 bill. I bet you motherfuckers ain't do the research on that. Bet y'all asses ain't do the research on that. It's right there. You can look it up. But y'all nigga talking about cut the check, cut the check, cut the check. What you gonna do when you get your check? Are you gonna build up your community? Hell to the no. I hear niggas all the time. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Okay. Cut the check. Tyreek ass ain't took you down there to the House of Congress. To the House of Representatives. Ask him why he ain't go down there and talk to Sheila Jackson Lee when she was alive. Why him and Yvette Carnell didn't go down there? Why they didn't go down there and talk to Sheila Jackson Lee, the congresswoman, who was over the bill? She took over after John Conyers had passed away. Why nobody go down there and talk to her? Why ain't nobody saying nothing to her? Ask Yvette Carnell, Antonio Moore, and Tariq Nasheed why they did not go down there to the House of Congress and do something about the bill. Why did y'all not do that? But you niggas still talking about cut the check, cut the check. I hate to break the news to you, but reparation ain't gonna happen soon. It ain't gonna happen anytime soon. I can't see it happening. Talking about we built this country, we built this land. That's not gonna get you no reparation. We are foundational Black Americans. We are ADOS. That's not gonna give you no reparation. But y'all going back and forth with each other. Make it make sense. Y'all niggas going back and forth with each other. Y'all niggas fighting each other on the internet. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all going back and forth with each other on the fucking internet. ADOS versus LBA. LBA versus Pan-Africanism. LBA versus the Caribbeans. But you want to be taken seriously. Peace, Jason. How you doing? How you doing, Jason? Peace. You talking about cut the check, cut the check. This is sad. This really sad, to be honest with you. It's really fucked up. And it's only going to get worse later on down the road. It's only going to get worse later on down the road. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. I just can't understand how is it that Dane what's his name? Dane Calloway, whatever his name is. How's that Dane Calloway can get away with doing this shit? How's that Tyreek can get away with this? Yvette Carnell. Polite. And all the rest of them, how they can get over like this? How do y'all allow these people to get away with doing so much? LBA is a joke. They live in a fantasy world saying that black immigrants are oppressing them when black immigrants are 5 to 7% of the black population. How is that reasonable? Oppressing them how? How are they oppressing you? The people that are oppressing you ain't even black. But you're not giving them the smoke. You're not giving them the smoke. How are they oppressing you? How are they oppressing you? Ooh, help me to understand. Let me tell you something. Maybe I want y'all to check out this sister. Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought up about Tyreek's wife. Oh, Tyreek said this. He said his wife is a biracial woman. And again, I have nothing against biracial people. I love them. You know, we had great biracial warriors during our time period. We have some biracial ancestry. But this dude said he want his wife, right? He said his wife got a white mother and a black father. He said he would never date a woman who got a black mother and a white daddy. He said that black women basically is not desirable in his book. So he would never mess with a woman who has a black mama and a white daddy. A black mama and a white daddy, but he will mess with a woman that got a white mama and a black daddy. Now, what that go to show you? Tyreek don't care about black women like you think. He don't value black women. And only time he'll value a black woman is if she's biracial, if she has a white mother and a black father. But outside that, he don't value black women like you think. Well, Tyreek is a comedian. No, Tyreek is full of shit. Let me introduce y'all to a sister. Let me find her on YouTube. Let me find this sister on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to find this sister. I'm gonna look her up. She's very intelligent. A very intelligent woman. She's very intelligent. Let me see. Hold on. I want y'all to follow her on TikTok. Okay. I think I see it. Well, I think she has a TikTok channel. Yeah, she does. And I'm gonna play one of her videos because she's, like I said, she's very intelligent. And I'm quite sure if she was able to get on the platform with this unbiased nigga, she would goddamn demolish his ass. She'll have this nigga look like a bitch ass nigga. Yeah. So okay, let's go. So this sister name is Jessica Ann Mitchell. Or Weir. I don't know how to say her last name, but her name is Jessica Ann Mitchell. She's a historian. Okay. She does a great job. And she also has an organization called National Black Cultural Information Trust. Okay. All right. So I'm going to play one of her videos. And maybe this sister can explain things better than I can. Maybe. So Let me play her videos. Let me find her video on here. And I'll tell you, she does a good job. Listen what she got to say. Just listen. Watch this. I'm gonna let her do the talking.
I remember 2 conversations. I had a healthcare provider who was from Guyana, and I had an issue that was going on, and I went in on the person. I wrote a letter, because they had not provided me with the right kind of health care. And he said, Polly, that's what he called me. He said, Polly, he said, that's the reason why white people would rather have somebody like me, who is a foreign Black. They would rather deal with me than somebody like you, because white people know that you all are rebels and fighters, and we aren't. That was an older person, not as old as me, but. And then I was on a bus going to the Nat Turner thing down in Virginia, and there were some descendants of Black immigrants, and they were talking about how upset they were with their parents because their parents don't want to be involved in any kind of Black radical issues. And I remember one young lady said, my mother and father said, you don't need to be involved in this. We're so glad we just made it to America. We're not going to buck the system. Mm-hmm. So having heard these kinds of conversations, not just those 2, but in general, I was like, now what is this ADOS about? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when it comes to these situations, we definitely have differences in our communities, but we have to look at why we have these different differences. But for one, when you were growing up, what did you see when you looked at television when they depicted Africa?
Like Tarzan.
Exactly. And then when they see us, they see 50 Cent. Like these are the depictions. We have, not to say that the 50 Cent is this horrible depiction. It depends on your perspective with it, but I'm just using an example of how we get these overgeneralized perspectives of each other because there's a wide disconnect. We're on different continents, and we create these perceptions of each other. But I'm glad you brought up the younger generation. It is true that when we have immigrants that come from different parts of the world, they may look at the American ideal a different way. They may have this idea of an American dream. That still didn't stop Amadou Diallo from being shot 41 times.
Yeah, I was actually in New York when it happened.
Okay, because nobody is stopping Black people and saying, are you ADOS? Are you African? Are you Korean? They see Black.
Yes.
They see Black. And that is why when we have a movement like Black Lives Matter that was heavily youth-led, a lot of the people that participated were second, third generation Black immigrants or kids of Black immigrants. Okay. So what we have is people that come to America with one idea for various reasons, the same reasons why some of my family or other people or friends will have a warped perception of Africans or Africa. And then by the time their kids get here and they grow up in America and they see America for what it is, we get a whole different perspective. And that's where we get that we can build more in the Pan-African lens. That's why when we have most of our Black movements, major social justice movements, they include the children of Black immigrants. That is how we got Kwame Ture. That is how we got a Shirley Chisholm that we claim, but her parents are from Barbados.
Yes.
So this and Malcolm X, another, it has always been a Pan-African effort. We do have differences. No one is saying that doesn't exist. I think it's really dehumanizing to even try to say any difference means a big, like, we should never work together, because human beings have differences. We do have different types of identities, but at the end of the day, Pan-Africanism has endured, and Pan-Africanism is how we have
All right, you heard it from the sister. Her name is Jessica Ann Mitchell. Maybe I should play another video by her. Maybe. Let me play another video. Let me play another video. Let me find another video by Jessica Ann Mitchell. But you know, people won't give her the credit. All right. Okay, here she go. All right. So let me go ahead and share the video. I'm going to share one of her videos here where she talk about Malcolm X. Okay.
Fake Black history, way too many people believe the Malcolm X edition. One of the biggest myths that I've heard surrounding Malcolm X is that when he went to Africa, he was rejected by African leaders. I'm not exactly sure where that myth originated from, but it is completely false. In the autobiography of Malcolm X, he talks about meeting with several high officials when he traveled to Nigeria and Ghana. He talked about how much he loved the trip, and he talked about his experience meeting with Kwame Nkrumah and them agreeing that Pan-Africanism was the only way to secure a future for Africans and African descendants around the world. And when he returned from his trip, this is what he says: "I know once and for all that the Black Africans look upon America's 22 million Blacks as long lost brothers. They were so happy to hear how we are awakening from our long sleep after so-called Christian white America had taught us to be ashamed of our African brothers and homeland." Malcolm X strongly believed in Pan-Africanism, and he also strongly believed that in order to fix the struggle in America, it had to be interconnected to an international struggle. And he did receive international support, including in Africa, as he stated. Fake.
All right. Do I need to play another video by her? I will. Let me find another video. Let me find another video. Let me show you what she's talking about here. I'm going to play part of this video clip. Okay. So watch what she doing. Watch this.
Hi, I'm Jessica Ann Mitchell. Mitchell, aka Jam Ibu, your welcome to my channel. Today I'm discussing why we need Pan-Africanism. There seems to be some confusion about Pan-Africanism and how it relates to Black American identity. The purpose of grounding the Black identity in an understanding of ourselves as African people is not just for us to have some over-romanticized vision or perspective of ourselves. The purpose is for us to be centered in who we are. Understanding our position in the world on the global stage helps us to better understand our condition and strategize better to improve it. Dr. John Hendrik Clark reminded us that Black tells us what we look like, but it doesn't tell us who we are. This is why every serious Pan-Africanist understands that locally, nationally, and globally speaking, African people gain better insight, perspectives, and strategies when confronting oppression through a collaborative effort. That is why Malcolm X told us you can't understand what's going on in Mississippi if you don't understand what's going on in the Congo. And you can't really be interested in what's going on in Mississippi if you're not also interested in what's going on in the Congo. They're both the same. The same interests are at stake. The same sides are drawn up. The same schemes are at work in the Congo that are at work in Mississippi. Now, the most recent example of this is the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic.
Did y'all hear that? You heard what the sister said, right? You heard what the sister said, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
The Western medical industry has historically implemented forced medical testing on people of African descent. And recently, French doctors openly suggested that vaccines and medications be tested on African populations first. Meanwhile, in the US, the Trump administration has said they're going to start medical testing in Detroit, a city with a majority Black population. This is not a coincidence. It's another example of how no matter where we live, Black bodies are viewed as testing grounds for medical experimentation, often forced, painful, or deadly. Globally, African people and people of African descent experience this harm as a collective. Thus, it is within our best interest to counter them collectively. These collaborative efforts don't mean that everything will be easy and there will be no issues. And I think that's where most of the confusion comes in. People think that by advocating for Pan-Africanism, we're saying that instantly everything is going to be all sunshine and roses. And that's not what we're saying. We're saying that globally, African people share common bonds, struggles, and cultural linkages. We also share common threats that are connected to global systems of oppression, so much so that it is highly beneficial to combine our efforts and work with each other in some capacity. This is a much better strategy than isolationism or xenophobia. All of these things have been tried before, and none of it has helped the masses of any African nation or community of African descendants throughout the diaspora. Anti-Black xenophobia or isolationism has only made things worse. Additionally, a grounding in Black identity with an understanding of ourselves as African people helps us to better tap into cultural awareness that centers our worldviews, helps to uplift our self-determination, and provides the wisdom that guides effective strategies and tools that come from within our communities and cultural understandings. And still, a recognition of African identity as Black Americans or wherever you are as an African descendant on the planet is not an attempt to erase our cultural differences. Yes, Pan-Africanism emphasizes similarities, but it also celebrates these differences that we have because we're able to build from various viewpoints and perspectives. And that helps us to strategize and make our collective conditions better. That's not erasure. That's just called being smart. That is why when we look at the forefathers and foremothers of Pan-Africanism, we see Trinidadians, Haitians, Jamaicans, African Americans, Puerto Ricans, the list goes on, eagerly learning from each other, inspiring each other, building liberation movements, engaging in mutual aid in support of Pan-African freedom, respect, and unity across the world. Pan-African unity is why Martin Luther King Jr. went to Ghana, met with Kwame Nkrumah, attended the Ghanaian independence ceremonies, and returned to the United States with a refreshed perspective on civil rights and Black freedom that he himself said was directly inspired by African movements for independence. Pan-African unity is why Malcolm X met with African leaders and pushed for African Americans to reconnect with our African heritage. He also advocated for Pan-African unity and actively organized to connect African Americans with African communities. Pan-African unity is why the mother of the reparations movement, Audley Queen Mother Moore, was a member of the UNIA that was founded by Jamaican Marcus Garvey and Amy Ashwood Garvey, and she went on to found the Universal Association of Ethiopian Women, the Committee for Reparations for Descendants of U.S. Slaves, and the Republic of New Africa. And it's saddening that there are some currently claiming to advocate for reparations using the work of Queen Mother Moore while also seeking to disconnect us from our African heritage. This is in direct contradiction to Queen Mother Moore's life's work. She advocated for reparations and Pan-Africanism. She viewed herself a Black American woman as an African in America. And when asked about her work, she said, "I have done everything I could to promote the cause of African freedom and to keep alive the teachings of Garvey and the work of the UNIA." Our ancestors that have been doing the work to keep us alive and create a better future knew who they were, Africans in America. There are so many examples to pull from, but I'll keep it short for now. There is also a false narrative floating around that Pan-Africanism is some old ideology that came and went and withered away when nothing could be further from the truth. Pan-Africanism is alive and well. In fact, it is my firm belief that as long as Black people are alive on this planet, Pan-Africanism will endure because it has to. The only people that believe this false narrative of the death of Pan-Africanism are people that are not themselves involved in Pan-Africanist movements. I'm reminded by an Ashanti proverb that states, "By the time the fool has learned the game, the players have dispersed." They simply don't know what they're talking about because they're not involved in the process. In 2015, Africans and African descendants from across the continent and diaspora gathered for the 8th Pan-African Congress in Ghana. I was there along with my colleagues from the North American delegation.
Now you seen the video, right? Again, you can check out the sister. Her name is Jessica Ann Mitchell. Jessica Ann Mitchell. Y'all go over there and let that nigga know that I'm over here on live. I've been sitting here for the past 2.5 hours. You know, you got to understand the importance of ancestry, right? You know, you got people who think that they hitting on something. And I'll give it to them. They hitting on something. They are hitting on something. I get them that. You know, through charisma. So if you have good charisma, yeah, you can get people to listen. And that's okay. And I'm all right with that. I'm not a charismatic person like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on getting everybody to listen. So it's all good. Let me see if this clown's still live before I log off of here. Let me see if he's still doing his little rant. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if he's still live. And indeed, he still is live. He still is live. Oh, so he's saying the whole Caribbean is a shithole. Ooh, let me play this video. Go ahead and play it for y'all. Let me play it for y'all, boy.
African, matter of fact, I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna touch on Africa.
When he said that a lot of people, a lot of Black migrants in America do not have.
African, matter of fact, I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna touch on Africa.
When he said that a lot of people, a lot of Black migrants in America do not have respect for foundational Black Americans, I definitely do agree with that. I've done a few studies where when Caribbean people, because I am Caribbean, I could speak on it, and I've done heavy research on it as well. But a lot of times when Caribbean people do come to America, they downplay the effects of race.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hold on 1 second. Very, very hot. It's very, very hot. Uh-oh. Very, very hot. It's gonna burn. It's gonna burn your mouth.
Nigga, go spend some time with your kid, bruh. Get your ass off this internet, nigga. You been on there for past 10, 11 hours, nigga. Still got my name mentioned on there, nigga. Get your ass off the internet, motherfucker. Go spend some time with your kids. Go take your wife out to dinner or something, nigga. The fuck?
One, two, three, four, five, six. That's right, baby.
Let me see. Wow, like some FBAs don't downplay racism. They just want to blame everything on Black. Right, exactly. Because I can tell you a lot of house niggas like Candace Owens, Thomas Sowell. There's a lot of them that downplay racism. You talk about the black immigrants, right? But you won't talk about the very same house niggas, African American niggas, that downplay racism. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is what I mean about set tripping. As a matter of fact, let me pull up the definition of what set tripping is. Oh, la, 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 la. Look it up on Urban Dictionary for those of you that don't know what I mean when I say set tripping. So this is exactly what bro is doing, set tripping. Okay. Set tripping. A certain hood or block may be referred to as a set. What set you from? Any gang violence or rivalry between set can be labeled as set tripping. Homeboy from Projects got killed by some set tripping ass nigga from the north side. Now, set tripping to offend a group appears through the means of acting for just straight up bugging out or to make oneself look bad at inappropriate times and angering an opposing party. Another one. When you are in a certain gang and you're rocking another gang's flag, you're set tripping. So that basically means if you are set tripping, that's basically mean you banging. You going against the other party. Right? You going against somebody else. So what they're doing and what he has shown, he's carrying on that mentality. It's no different from somebody saying, what hood you from? What block you from, nigga? What you doing around here? You niggas on our block. This, that, and other. You stepping on our ground. You on our stepping stone, nigga. This ain't your block. This ain't your hood, homie. Get the fuck up out of here, nigga. The fuck you doing over here? It's no different from that. But except we're saying, or not me, but what the LBA is saying is, what block you on? I mean, what country you come from? Are you from America? Is your parents from America? Is your grandparents from here? Well, if you ain't from here, nigga, don't say nothing, nigga. You on our ground. You on our territory, nigga. You in our country. That's set tripping. You ain't running shit, though. You don't have the economic power. You don't have political power. You don't even have social power in this country. As black folks, we don't have economic power, political power, or social power in this country. We don't. You don't have systemic power. So you ain't got no place to be set tripping, especially on another black person from the diaspora, when you don't have that kind of power. You don't have the power to control the means of your neighborhood. You don't control the means of production in this country. You don't. But you over here trying to set tripping all this and shit. What I mean, you set tripping, but you don't control the means of production. You don't control no means of production. You don't have systemic power. You don't have economic power. You don't have political power. You don't have social power. You don't have it. You can't control what's going on in your own neighborhoods. Y'all niggas still doing this, and this, like, bruh. Y'all niggas might well be doing this, like, that's what you niggas might well be doing, because that's what you're doing. You set tripping. You ain't got no means of production, no nothing. But you niggas still just banging on motherfuckers like I'm gonna be doing something. Half of y'all don't want to whip on nobody on the street corner talking that shit about they titters. Y'all don't want to do that shit. Cause I'm telling you, you run up on the wrong motherfucker saying some shit about calling them a titter and all that shit, you gonna get your ass fucked up. That's real talk. You gonna get your ass fucked up. You gonna get yourselves fucked up. So y'all need to chill with that shit. You gonna get yourself fucked up. Y'all need to chill out with that bullshit. I'm telling you. And I hope you don't go to New York and say some shit like that to them niggas in New York. I hope you don't go to Florida and run across them niggas. I hope you don't go to California, LA especially, and run up on the Vaseline and say, hey, you a tipper. Do not do that shit, bro. Don't go and do no lame shit like that. Y'all niggas need to chill with that goofy ass shit that you own. Tyreek gonna have some of you niggas fucked up. He gonna have y'all asses hospitalized with some bullshit that y'all on. For real. He gonna have y'all ass fucked up out here in these streets. So y'all better chill. You better lower your gaze. You better calm your nerve. You better goddamn watch what the fuck you say. Because if you run into somebody in real life and they remember that, oh, that shit you were talking, oh, well, I'm a what now? I want you to say that shit to my face. Black in Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago, Caribbean are at the bottom. Chinese, European, East Indians are at the top, controlling everything. That's right. See, a lot of these islands, let me talk about this. A lot of those islands, they are very poor. They are very poor. They per capita, the gross income is very poor. I knew a girl I used to work with. She was from Jamaica. Sweet as she want to be, cool as she want to be, dope as hell. This woman told me, I asked her because she gave me a Marcus Garvey coin, and I have it somewhere, but I don't know what I did with it, but it was a Marcus Garvey coin. It was a 10-cent coin with Marcus Garvey face on it. And guess what? It's worth like a penny. It's a dime over there in their country, but in our currency, it's like a penny. Do you know $300 in the US dollar is like, what, $10,000 in Jamaica currency? I know a young man that I work with. He's from the Congo. He's from the Congo. And we had this conversation. He said $400 in US money is like $10,000 in the Congo currency. And like $10,000 or $20,000 in the US currency is like almost $1 million over there in their country. And you are correct. Yes, the euro are greater than the US dollars. Absolutely. European currency is greater than the US dollars. So you could say $17 million in European currency, right? That is like what? Let me see. $17 million in the European currency will probably be like $15 million or $10 million in the US currency. That would be like around about $14 million in the US currency. Whereas in British currency, that's $17 million. Oh, no. I think I got it wrong. No. No, take that back. $17 million in US currency would be like $15 million in European currency and British currency. $17 million in US currency is like $15 million in British currency. That means the US dollar value is very low. It's low compared to British currency. And also while you're talking, you stupid motherfuckers, unbiased with your dumb ass. If you gonna sit up here and argue that the black immigrants should not come in our country, this thing, other, guess what? You shouldn't even get resources from those black immigrants either. Like food supply, where you think your foods come from? The fruits and vegetables and all that, where you think they come from? They come from places like Jamaica, Trinidad. They come from Latin America, right? They come from South America. They come from South America. So if you have an immigrant, that's what the immigrants are. That well, then y'all don't need our resources. Y'all don't need our food. Just like diamonds, gold, and silver, that comes from Ghana. Did you know that Ghana used to be called a Gold Coast? Blood diamonds come from Sierra Leone. The coal mine, right? The material that is used to make cell phone, mobile devices, guess where they come from? They come from the Congos. So if it went from places like the Congo, Sierra Leone, Ghana, you wouldn't have all these materialistic things that you're wearing. And if it wasn't for the places like Jamaica, Trinidad, right? Haiti, various parts of South America, like Brazil, which has the strongest African population. Oh no, I'm going somewhere with this. Places like Dominican Republic. If it wasn't for these places, you would not have the basic resources. You wouldn't be able to have food. Because a lot of the food that we eat are transported from other countries. Dumbass. But you sit up here talking shit about Jamaica, but you won't thank the Jamaicans for transporting food to your ass. If it wasn't for the Jamaican country, the country of Jamaica, you wouldn't have the shit that you have. If it wasn't for the country of Haiti, you wouldn't have what you have. If it wasn't for Brazil, you won't have the things you need. But y'all niggas get on here. And then y'all use a lot of confirmation bias. Y'all got nerve to use somebody whose parents are immigrants to say, well, yeah, my parents say this about Black American, as if that's going to validate the sources. Well, my parents say this about African American people. My parents feel this way. Y'all always want to talk about the Akata, right? The term Akata. Well, you know, the Nigerians, they call us a Akata people. As if all Nigerians say that it's just only that one particular group. But you know what? I'm going to fall back. I'm going to let y'all be. But if any motherfucking black immigrants go over there to that nigga's platform, y'all a damn fool. If anybody else from the African diaspora go on his platform after he had sat there and called y'all tither and this thing other, y'all damn fool. Y'all a motherfucking fool. Y'all a motherfucking fool. To go on somebody else's platform to show that they have no respect for your ass. They don't give a damn about your ass. And shout out to brother Jason. Shout out to you, brother. He put Black Caribbean fought hard on the streets of NYC against Italians, racist Irish, stop and frisk, police brutality. But these clowns say it never happened because they're not well studied. They are uneducated. You deal with uneducated Negroes. They use a lot of confirmation bias and they look into fall into the romanticism. My guess is 17 million would be like 15 because I believe $1 is $1.50 pound. I think 275 other Europeans nation. So yeah, the European dollar is worth more. Okay. I think. Yeah. Interesting. But I'm telling y'all dealing with some house Negroes. The LBA might well be some house Negroes. They some house niggas. They might well be. They might as well be out there set tripping house nigga ass. They might as well be. I told LBA so much times Akata a urban legend like launching this monster. They got that from Wesley Snipes 1993 movie Sugar Hill and they started calling me tither. I bet no FBA was called that. Thank you. I appreciate you, Jason. Thank you for coming through. So I sat up here and wasted my time, almost 3 hours going in on this bitch ass nigga. And he still got a video going live about me. The title with my name on it. That man been live for damn near 10 hours. Some folks ain't got no priority. I ain't finna spend 10 hours all day talking about the same old shit. I'm not gonna do it 10 hours. Only way I can do that is if I have a conference call. Or if we're talking about a subject that is worth 10 hours. I'm not spending no 10, 11 hours going back and forth about black immigrants and how my FBA and all that other bullshit. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't see how y'all niggas can do it. Kudos to y'all. But anyways, let me go ahead and give y'all some book recommendations. See, I like doing this because I want to help people out there that really want to learn. Right? This book is called The Wise Mind of Marcus Garvey by Marcus Garvey himself. So Marcus Garvey gave a speech. Well, basically, this is all his speeches in this book. Goes in about black nationalism, the importance of Pan-Africanism. Well, he doesn't speak on Pan-Africanism, but he talks about black nationalism. That's where he gets into the discussion about black nationalism. So yeah. You know, this book is very important. Now, let me show you how smart Garvey was. Let me show you how smart Garvey was. He said, we are the descendant of the men and women who suffered in this country for 250 years under the barbarous, that brutal institution known as slavery. You who have not lost trace of your history will recall the fact that over 300 years ago, your forebears were taken from the great continent of Africa and brought here for a purpose of using them as slaves. Without mercy, without any sympathy, they worked for our forebears. They suffered, they bled, they died, but with their sufferings, with their blood, which they shed in their death, they had a hope that one day their prosperity will be free. And we are assembled here tonight as the children of their hope. Now, watch this. He also said this race of ours gave civilization, gave art, gave science, gave literature to the world, but it has been the way with races and nations. The one race stands out prominently in the one century or in the one age, and in another century or age it passes off the stage of action, and another race takes its place. The Negro once occupied a high position in the world scientifically, artistically, and commercially, but in the balancing of the great scale of evolution, we lost our place, and someone other than ourselves occupies the stand we once held. Get this book. This is Marcus Garvey. Get this book, man. Garvey was onto something. Garvey was on to something. Marcus Garvey. Okay. The soul of women folk. The soul of women folk. All right, and this book is by Alexis Wells. She has an African name that I cannot pronounce, so I'm not gonna try to mess the name up. But it's The Soul of Women Folk, the religious cultures of enslaved women in the Lower South. Okay, so it goes in and talk about the religious practice, right? Spiritual practice of African descended women in the Lower South. And for those of you that don't know what the Lower South is, that's in South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama. Yeah. Okay. Places like that. That's the Lower South. Okay. So please get this book. Black Elders, The Meaning of Age in American Slavery and Freedom by Frederick C. Knight. I recommend this book here. Black Elders. I'm going to hold it up. For every season, the complete guide to African American celebration, traditional to contemporary naming, ceremonies, holidays, weddings, family reunions. Baba Ekolo. All right. Of course, the one that I always recommend people to get. Africanism in American Culture, second edition, edited by Joseph E. Holloway. All right, so, and here's another book that I recommend. The Black History book. Okay. Please get this book. A lot of information. The Black History book. Big ideas simply explained. You. All right. Walter Whitney, How Europe Undeveloped Africa. Capitalism and Slavery by Dr. Eric Williams. That's it. Oh boy. So old boy is still over there. I've been here almost 3 hours, so I'm about to get on ahead and log off of here. You tell him that I've been waiting for his goddamn ass. But hopefully he see the title. I'll make sure I tag his name on here. Okay? So anyhow, y'all take it easy. Peace and power be to all of you. This your girl Tiffany, and I'm logging off. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you.